Alright, RuneScape, stay classy. This is a video about duels. Specifically, how to range PvP. One of the things you want to do is get yourself a strike bow. This is augmented, so I can use debilitate in duels. Has enhanced devoted, so if someone does prop a prayer other than soul split, which you don't want to do, it's not really what happens in most duels, then you can actually block more damage if they do that to you. And you would stay on your strike bow for that duration until you snipe out of it. You snipe out of it to get rid of their prayer and switch back to your main weapon. In my case, that's the Bow of the Last Guardian. Everything I have is has perks, invention perks, and is either the Elite Sirenic or the T95. So the setup is pretty standard around here. A lot of people use the Langs or the Serengad bow. There are a few options. Some people even use the newest T95 sword, but it's somewhat uncommon. Anyways, I'll show you a duel here. This is going to be range versus mage. What I'm going to do is pretty standard. I'm just going to show you how to switch to a shield. You can see that purple damage there where I rezo. 373 is not very good, but I got out of a little damage. And he healed, okay, and he also managed to get out of some damage. Alright. Good. Alright, that was one duel. So as you can see, the duel is only, several seconds, a dozen seconds long. It's not, doesn't take too long to duel. I lost against mage, which actually usually I win mage. I think what happens is I had a miss on my spec, which does happen sometimes, and it will cost you fights. I'm going to try again versus mage. We'll see what I can do. This time I'm going to use Limitless. Alright, 2.8 off Limitless. And then big boy damage off Snapshot. See, that time I won because I stacked a few abilities. I'll explain what I just did. The first thing you want to do is when that fight opens up, you can pop Limitless. It'll allow your thresholds to be used early. You can debilitate with your shield bow, or you can actually just go straight to your main weapon after rezoing about 1,000 damage to heal yourself, and wind up with one of these threshold abilities. What I did personally was to use Route to get him out of the way for a second and kind of follow the ticks better. It did him 2,800 damage, as you saw, which really basically won me the fight. After that, I popped a Snapshot because I could. And that did him another 6k, maybe 5k damage. After that point, it was over. That was a lucky game. It was a good game. But that's one strategy you can do, one combo opener. So, anyways, the goal is to switch off your shield to the bow is one strategy. It's a strategy I found to be most effective because a lot of mages will have Crit Bloom. They have a lot of armor, and those fights are going to last a while. You're going to want to be able to rezo and get yourself some damage back. It's going to be very vital for you. Anyways, I'm going to show you one more duel before the video is over. Let's try to find someone who's doing melee. Okay. And he's overloading, so I'm going to pop an overload. We'll see if he accepts the duel. Now, you can get a lot of duels in the Grand Exchange. You just have to go to a populated world like World 2, and really, a lot of them occur around the circle of the Grand Exchange. It's not that hard to find. So I'm going to show you another mage instead because I actually couldn't get a duel with a meleeer. Anyways, rezoing out, couldn't get any damage off it. Going for bulk spec. Bulk spec came through hot, and now we are stunned. Stunned, hit Limitless. We don't have enough adrenaline, probably going to lose. Route didn't hit well. Let's see. Let's see. I could be able to come out. I came out. Alright, so even though stuff missed, it was okay. Because I played Race to the Spec, which is the most boring but still effective game in PvP right now. Basically, your adrenaline needs to get to a certain percent to use your spec. Your opponent almost always knows this and will try to reso it, so you have to kind of play a game with them. That is difficult to explain. I think it just takes skill. It takes time to develop that skill too. So anyways, we had some duels. We had a few lessons about resoing, which is really what I went over in the other video. But it does work here in PvP as well, actually really well. And yeah, as you can see, this is a populated area where people do play a lot. This fight is over. We had Mage versus Melee, which you can expect sometimes Mage is going to beat Melee because of the triangle. But yeah, it's a hopping spot for PvP. I do recommend that you show up in T92 or better, weapon-wise, because even with good invention, you want to be able to knock out somebody's health bar in half. Because otherwise it's just too easy for them to play a slow game and to use a lot of strategies on you, and it can be hard to counter some of those strategies. So I do recommend getting big damage fast. However you want to do it. I choose ranged. Now that's up to you. But anyways, it's been good. It's been fun. I hope you guys enjoyed, and that'll be all. That'll be all. Yeah, more videos on the way, probably stuff with more PVM related.